Santa Claus, also known as Saint Nicholas, Father Christmas, Kris Kringle, and simply Santa, is a jolly spirit of a man with legendary, historical, and folkloric origins who in many Western cultures brings gifts to the homes of the good children on the 24th of December, the night before Christmas. He has done this for hundreds of years and he shows no signs of slowing down. Santa is also the unaccredited co-writer and inspiration of many popular Christmas songs. He also loves celebrating the meaning of Christmas with others. Santa spends much of his time, the other 364 days of the year, teaching music to his elves, singing, practicing, and playing music. He also performs the training of the many store Santas who serve him and constantly report to him. During late November through the 23rd of December, he has been known to perform live Christmas concerts as his elves and his army of retail Santas make preparations for his huge gift-giving trip on Christmas Eve. After all, he has had hundreds of years to learn the many musical instruments and songs he plays. Then on Christmas Eve, with assistance from Mrs. Claus and his elves, a North Pole celebration begins. After everyone is thanked, he takes a deep breath, clicks his boots together, climbs aboard his sleigh, and with the help of his wonderful abilities to slow and freeze time, he delivers toys and goodies to the believers of the world, all in one wonderful night.
Hi, welcome everybody to the 2019 Santa Show. Right. We're all pleased for you to be here. Thank you so much for coming out to the Walby Theater. And as well as everyone watching on GRTV live on channel 24. Smart Park's favorite TV station in Grand Rapids.
All right.
Well, everyone in the audience, we hope you have the best show ever. We look forward to creating lots of memories with you. Who here would like to talk to Santa today? Hey, awesome! Yeah. Well, you'll have that opportunity to speak to the real Santa Claus in just a few moments. He's just came from the North Pole. He's super busy, but he's very excited to meet you. And he's very excited to spread peace, love, and joy to you all, and to make you guys' holidays a very memorable time this season. Well, let's open up the curtains and give a warm welcome to the one, the only, straight from the North Pole, the real Santa Claus.
Merry Christmas! Who can give me the loudest Merry Christmas? I think that's pretty good. Can we get a little louder? Well, yeah, I tell you, we came in, me and Mrs. Claus came in from the North Pole just this afternoon, and the nicest thing was then when we landed at the airport, they gave me a loaner transit. We unhooked the reindeer. Mrs. Claus is feeding the reindeer right now. We brought our real sleigh, and so that's the actual sleigh that Santa uses on his gift-giving journey. So she's feeding the reindeer, and I'm playing. So I'm going to give you a good time. If you know the words, sing along. You better watch out, you better not cry, you better not pout, I'm a-telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town. I'm making a list, I'm checking it twice, I'm gonna find out who's naughty or nice. Santa Claus is coming to town. I see you when you're sleeping, I know when you're awake. I know if you've been bad or good, so be good for goodness sake. Aw, you better watch out, You better not cry, you better not pout, I'm a-telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town. With little tin horns and little toy drums, with Rudy Toot Toots and a Romney Tum Tum, Santa Claus is coming to town. And curly-haired dolls that toddle and coo, elephants, boats, and kitty cars too. Santa Claus is coming to town. The kids in girl and boyland will have a jubilee. They're going to build a toyland all around the Christmas tree. So you better watch out, you better not cry, you better not pout, I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming to town. Sing it loud, here we go. Santa Claus is coming to town, ho, 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 ho. I have one other little quick one for you. Are you ready?
Hi. You know Dasher and Dancer and Prancer and Vixen, Comet and Cupid, and Donner and Blitzen. But do you recall the most famous reindeer of all? Do you know his name? Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer had a very shiny nose, and if you ever saw it, you would even say it glows. All of the other reindeer used to laugh and call him names. They never let poor Rudolph play in any reindeer games. Then one foggy Christmas Eve, Santa came to say, Rudolph, with your nose so bright, won't you guide my sleigh tonight? Then all the reindeer loved him, and they shouted out with glee, I'm Popeye the Sailor Man, skibbity-dibby, I'm Popeye the Sailor Elf. I'm strong to the finish, 'cause I eat me spinach. I'm Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, sing it with me. Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, you'll go down in history. You'll go down in history. Ho, ho, ho.
That was awesome.
Thank you.
Boys and girls, I was so excited that the real Santa Claus came here. I forgot to mention that all you people, kids out there watching live on GRTV live Facebook feed, as well as on Twitter, we really appreciate you watching, and we look forward for you too to fill in, to answer any questions you may have. You can contact us on the Facebook feed, ask any questions for the real Santa on social media, and we're gonna do something really cool this year and answer your questions through technology. We're really excited to do that, and we're really looking forward to it. As well too, you can see this is Santa's amazing sleigh. It was able to fit here today, and we're super grateful that it came from the North Pole all the way to Santa's favorite city in the world, Grand Rapids, Michigan, so you could witness this amazing sleigh. Isn't it special? That's so wonderful. Congratulations to everyone in Grand Rapids on our Facebook page on GRTV, as well as everyone in attendance today. We really appreciate you. How many people in the attendance have tablets on them by chance? Okay. Kids, obviously, normally when you go to a theater, they want you to turn your phones off, but we highly encourage you to take as many photos as you would like during this whole presentation, and we look forward to having you come on stage to ask Santa any question that you may have deep down inside your heart. So, as of that, we're gonna have fun with this, Santa.
Oh yes, we have fun. This is the best place in the world, Grand Rapids, Michigan. Wow, and we love Easttown, and we love Walker, and I tell you, it takes Takes a lot to visit all those places in one night, let alone the rest of the world. But we'll get into that later.
Well, Santa, obviously, he's real busy coming up here in a few weeks. I was just wondering, has any of the Christmas wishes started coming in yet?
Tons of them. Tons of them. We can't even, our mailboxes are overflowing. We have a post office up there, by the way, and it's so busy. Every truck has just been packed. They've been unloading, and I think Mrs. Claus is just about ready to have another hot chocolate and a pile of donuts.
Awesome. Yeah. Perfect. Out of everyone watching live on Facebook Live, as well as in the audience, who here has ever dreamed of seeing Santa fly over the moon? Who's ever had that visionary dream? Wouldn't it be a wild dream to someday possibly see that in real life? So
we love it.
Yeah. So Santa, I gotta ask, how was the flight down from the North Pole?
Oh, it was pretty good weather. We had a good time. There was a lot of people around when we landed, but the weather was pretty good. We went past the Northern Lights early this morning. The Northern Lights were just beautiful. It looks like a Christmas tree. That's why I like the Northern Lights.
Awesome. Well, Santa, another question that just came in on our Facebook Live feed that I have to ask for you is, who's your favorite reindeer?
Well, you know, it's like kids. You can't have a favorite kid. But we just had a little tiny reindeer born, and we named her Angel. And she is so pretty. We actually have two little reindeers called Angel up there, but this is a baby one. And they're born real pretty and tiny. Don't take them very long to grow up, but the mother angel is about this tall and has her felt is already off of her antlers, and she's just playing around the yard. She's
Awesome.
Probably one of my favorites because she's a cute baby. Who doesn't like babies? Do we like babies?
How many people in attendance has ever had like their baby's first Christmas ornament on tree? Do you get a lot of that, Santa? Does a lot of first-time babies, parents want photos for ornaments?
Oh yeah, we do that a lot. There's a lot of photo exchange and pictures of babies and little pictures of Christmas trees and all kinds of fun stuff. And we get a lot of stuff actually put over the internet to us because we get emails and we get pictures of all kinds of yard decorations, and one township built us a runway just so we could fly the sleigh down the main street between lighted candle bags. It was beautiful.
Wow. Johnny from Byron Center just asked, how do the reindeer stay in shape?
Well, they're kind of like you kids. They hop, they run, they wrestle, they tumble. They're always busy, they're always into something, and you always got to make sure they're safe. So they get a pretty good workout. So they stay in shape that way. And they're a lot of fun, too. Reindeer are a lot of fun. You can have them in the house. A lot of people don't know that. When you domesticate a reindeer, they're very tame and they know how to feel for things with their antlers. They don't knock over the china.
Well, since we're grateful that you're here in Grand Rapids, Michigan, Santa, because obviously you're in much needed demand, we're curious, have you heard anything what's going on in the Civic Theater right now? Are you familiar with that?
Of course I am.
Well, we would like to bring in our special guest from the Civic Theater to explain a really fun opportunity for your family to enjoy. Here you go, the other elf, Buddy the Elf. Tell us a little bit about the performance.
We're doing a show. It's called Elf the Musical. It's starring me with lots of singing and dancing and wonderful fun times. There's a different Santa, he played by a good friend of mine. He's a friend of the real Santa. But
He is.
yeah, it's if any of you have seen the movie Elf, it's that, but it's a musical. So there's lots of songs and fun dancing and yeah. Me.
Better than Will Ferrell, I'm for sure. I'll definitely take you over Will Ferrell. When does it start?
Well, we have shows from tonight till December 22nd. Every Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and evenings, and Saturday and Sunday matinees at 2.
Hey, Santa, this question's for you. there's obviously a lot of people out there that say there's about multiple Santas and multiple different Santas in the mall. How do you go about answering that question?
Well, let me tell you, I have an army of Santas. I can't be everywhere at once. That's hard enough to do on Christmas Eve. I slow time and I get around and I get to all the places. But I have to have helpers that report back to me. So many Santas. You might see me, maybe even this week, at the Rivertown Mall or the Woodland Mall or at Center Point. But I have to go out and make sure they're doing their jobs because they're supposed to take your wishes and bring them back to me. They're your representatives. They're the people that really, like Elf on the Shelf, they tell me everything I need to know. So I get your messages. And then I get to come down, luckily, and this is the town I chose this time. And I thought Grand Rapids is a fun place, and we need a little break just before Christmas Eve. So we're down here, we're probably gonna look at the local Santas and see how they're doing. We're probably gonna take in a show, and guess who my favorite play elf is? It's Buddy. And that's a pretty good story, isn't it? Give him a hand. He's awesome. And you're gonna like the show if you go. But I tell you, nothing has been as much fun for me and Mrs. Claus as to land in Grand Rapids. And at the Gerald R. Ford Airport, they put the reindeer up and they cut the sleigh and free and put it in the back of my car. It's a little bit heavy, you know, but we got it. And if you notice the bag that's in the sleigh, you know what I call that? Does anybody know what that is? That's Santa's bottomless bag. And as I pull gifts out of there, boom, another one comes, another one happens, another one happens. It literally does not go empty until I've reached the last house. Yes, and I think it has something to do, all the magic up north has something to do with, it's really not a land mass, it's on ice and it moves around. That's why the North Pole is hard to find. Buddy, you know that all too well. But it moves around, and the exciting thing about the North Pole is it's magical because of the northern lights and the magnetic pole. And that kind of stuff is what makes reindeers fly. And Buddy the elf travels so fast and so far in a short amount of time.
Lastly, Santa, Johnny from GRTV wants to know, what do you think about Buddy's the elf's hat?
Well, it's to die for. It is the best hat. It is made, and it fits him like a glove. You see, our hats they don't just keep us warm, they keep us happy. Ho, ho, ho. Can we go ho, ho, ho? Yeah.
And then, Buddy, we got to ask for all the audience online, when can we see you next? When does the show start?
Well, it starts tonight. It actually was a couple weeks ago, but yeah, we have shows tonight. We have shows every Wednesday through Sunday from now until Christmas.
Buddy, where can we find out more about the show?
At grct.org. Grand Rapids Civic Theater, grct.org. And you can buy tickets there, or you can buy tickets at the box office.
It's a musical, right?
It is.
Yeah, I can't wait. We got box seats.
Ooh.
If you're looking for Mrs. Claus, she's got real long hair, and she will not wear her hair in a bun or wear an apron. But she's probably watching right now, and she's going, yep, that's true.
For all you audience members out there, you can find out more information about Buddy the Elf's show at grct.org to get more information on the show. Thank you so much, Buddy, for coming on. We really appreciate your time. Looking forward to the amazing show across the street. And now it's time we have to take just a quick real break for all the audience members out there online. So we'll be back real soon. Thank you.
Let's give everybody a hand for being such good hosts to me and you. Okay. Who's on next? We're looking at the plan for this evening. We have special plans.
Yeah, definitely. So, Santa, real quick, for going like the toys, for looking at these toys, to all the boys and girls, you supply a lot of toys around the world, obviously.
Oh, yeah. I think you can hear me, right? Yeah. Okay, I want to make sure this mic's on. It didn't seem to be working.
Can I get every boy and girl's attention real quick? Just real quick. This is probably the most important question you're here. Parents, this is the reason why parents like to bring you to this. So what boys and girls like to know how to stay on the nice list? Do any kids have a desire to stay on the nice list? Do any kids want to be on the naughty list? Well, Santa, I have to ask you, how do kids stay on your nice list?
Well, what they have to do is clean their rooms, be loving to their loved ones, listen to their parents. We're having a discussion in the lobby about why children need naps to be healthy. And you do need naps to be healthy, or you're never going to grow up to be big and strong. Right, Mom and Dads? Right, loved ones? You know, and if you can listen to them and do what you're supposed to do. Now, we have ways of figuring out what you're up to anyway. We got Elf on the Shelf we developed. We have Hallmark just put out a wonderful surveillance eye that you put in the living room, and it watches what's going on. But the best thing we do is I kind of have a book and a way to do it too. And collectively, your loved ones aren't afraid to call me and say, you know, they just aren't cooperating. They won't leave little Billy alone. So we need you to be the best kids possible. And that's what you want to be as adults, right? The best people possible. And that's what that's all about. Thank you.
Easy answer. Great answer, Santa. Jimmy is really curious. He keeps on asking, how do you differentiate, like, the mall Santas from the real Santa? Like, you answered it before. We talked about it earlier, but we've just had 5 responses in the last 10 minutes.
They're all
on this.
registered. They're registered. They all have IDs. Okay. They cannot be a public Santa in a mall or a shopping center without a certain amount of training. Because don't you want to be around safe Santas? Yeah. We don't want no imposters. So we have a pretty good process where we weed out people and we make sure only the best of the best gets to love the kids up and listen to what they need to say.
That's amazing. I've heard, yeah, that's really great. Getting back to the reindeer, we've been getting a lot of reindeer questions.
Okay, I'm an expert on reindeer.
Yeah, I know, right?
I've raised a few.
Yeah, I know. How do they fly?
Well, again, the magnetic pole, northern lights, there's all that stuff and swirling. That's kind of how I come down chimneys. We'll get into that later, but it swirls. And it's cold. You've heard about the polar vortex, right? Well, I'm not dressed like this because I'm going to the beach. I dress like this because I have to be warm, just like you have to be warm to go out in the cold. So with all that swirling and twirling comes a certain amount of stuff and lift. And that's what lifts the reindeer up, and they're around that magnetic stuff all the time. You ever notice how a magnet just goes boom and hits your refrigerator? That's kind of boom, it's up in the air.
Yeah.
I'm not a scientist, but I am Santa, and it works, and we go with it.
Definitely, yeah. I've been told there's a reindeer named Vecito I've been hearing a lot of, and Vecito is big in magnets and sticking and flying as a reindeer, obviously. So someday Vecito will be coming to Grand Rapids as a reindeer. But getting back on topic, a lot of kids want to know, Santa, how can you fit so much toys in a bag that's not that big?
Like I said, it's the bottomless bag. There's no bottom to it. It's connected like a wormhole or a vortex to the North Pole. It swirls, and it, just like I go down a chimney, it swirls, it dissolves, it comes, and it enters. So my bag's never empty until my last trip.
Perfect. Well, Santa, obviously, we're all about being safe and staying safety. And how, Samantha has asked, how do you make sure you're staying out of the fire when you come down a chimney when the fire is a lot of times going down?
Again, we're talking the polar vortex. It moves, it swirls. I dissolve and I come down, and it's so biting cold, the chimneys go cold. The coals, the fire goes out for a moment, it pauses. When I come down the chimney, and I'm safe, you're going to hear from firefighters who'll tell you how to be. We don't play with fire, and I don't either. But when I come down that chimney, there's no fire in that chimney, there's no danger, and only professionals, Santas, could ever do that. But when I come down that chimney, it's absolutely out. There's no fire in it. It's cold to the touch. I come down, I give my gifts, I swirl back up, and just like magic, all of that fire ignites, and the heat that you need to stay away from to be safe is there to keep you warm.
All right. All right, boys and girls, can you get your hands clapping together real quick? We have a very special guest for you today. He's really on the topic of fire, and he's here to really talk some amazing fire safety tips for you. It is Firefighter Lieutenant Bill Smith. Can you please give Bill Smith a round of applause? Thank you.
Nice to see you. And you look good. I remember when you're this tall and you were saying, I want to be a firefighter.
That's correct.
Really give him a hand.
Hi, guys. I'm Lieutenant Bill Smith, and I do work for the Grand Rapids Fire Department, a very old fire department, 170 years old. Woo. Not quite as old as Santa, though.
No, I'm pretty old.
Yeah. But Santa is awesome. For him to remember that about me when I was a little fella, that's amazing. So thank you for remembering me. And
Well, you bet. You were easy, and you were a good kid.
Thank you.
You had your moments.
We all do. So I've always tried to be good, and I want all you guys to be good too. And what I'm going to ask of you tonight is, right now, by a show of hands, who would ever want to be a firefighter? Raise your hand. Would you ever want to be a firefighter? Okay, that is great, because we need to be replaced at some point in our lives. We have 200 firefighters right now in the city of Grand Rapids, 11 different stations, and we're here to keep you safe. But the best thing that you can do to help us help you is do some fire prevention stuff in your own home. Who can help me with that? Raise your hand. Awesome. Awesome. Who has a smoke alarm in your home? Everywhere.
Even
A
I
great
do.
answer. Santa has fire alarms or smoke alarms, and that's very important, especially if you have a fireplace. Who has a fireplace in their home? Right. So do we ever play around the fire? No, we don't play around the fire. And we have Christmas trees, right? And we can help Mommy and Daddy by reminding them to water the Christmas tree. Very important. What else do we have around Christmas time that's very pretty, very shiny? It's kind of light. Who said candles? Who said, you are awesome. Yes, we have candles, but did you know that candles can start fires? Do we want fires in our homes? No, so never play with candles, never play with lighters. Always let Mommy and Daddy or an adult to take care of those things. Tell me, who knows the number for 911? Awesome, there's somebody right there. So if you have a problem in your home, we call 911. Firefighters will come, probably a police officer, and we're there to help. Another thing, when you're in your home, do you sleep with the doors closed? Yes. Awesome. We want to sleep with our doors closed. You always want to also know 2 ways out of your home. Kids, I want you right now, what's the door you came in to get into the theater today? Can you point to it? That's right. And do you see the red light above it? What does that say? Exit. Getting out of a place is very important. So when you see those exit signs, those doors will take you right outside. So wherever you see an exit sign, it's very important outside of your home to know how to get out of the place that you're in. And when you go out, if there's an emergency, you don't go back in. You wait for your parents, you wait for an adult, you wait for your friends at a place that's a safe spot. Because if we have a fire alarm go off right now, what sign would you look for? Exit. Very good. And how many exits do we want to know about? 2. You're awesome. Very good. What is your name?
Yeah.
No. Cool.
You're the next one. Here you go. Because in a moment, I want you all to line up for just a second. Okay, hold on. Can you help me with this? Sometimes Lieutenant Smith's fingers are just a little too big for small stuff. Here we go.
You got them on the wrong way. You got to turn them around. There you go. You got to see the number on the front.
I've got enough there.
Number on the front.
Numbers on the front. Let's see, did I do this right? I need one more. Oh, I'm sorry. So, okay. Everybody have her helmet? Put your numbers on the front. Yours is missing a helmet, or a number. I'll get you one. But everybody turn around real quick and look at the camera. So these are very special helmets. The number 37, we have antique fire apparatus from 1937, and they're housed with the Grand Rapids Public Museum. And we actually have 2 of them in our annex, and we're working on them right now to restore them so that someday we can have them in the parade. And wouldn't that be great to have Santa in our parade on one of our antique fire engines?
I love that.
That would be, I think that would be awesome. I hope you guys too. So if
Keeping
you
our
just-
kids safe, that's the least I can do.
Oh, that's great. We cannot wait to give Santa a ride in one of those. So if everybody, right now, you're going to get deputized as a junior fire marshal for the city of Grand Rapids. Please raise your right hand and repeat after me. I promise to be good. I love Santa. And I am going to help my family be safe in our homes at all times. Excellent. Congratulations. You are now junior fire marshal.
Can we give Lieutenant Bill a round of applause, please, kids? Let's go. Round of applause. All right. Well, if you guys stay on stage, we have a really special treat for you. Santa would like to read everyone here a very special book. Have you guys heard of Twas the Night Before Christmas?
Thank you.
No.
Can you all gather around, kind of set cross-legged on the floor in front of me and look at me? And I'm going to read you a story. I believe it was written in, I'm going to guess, 1824, I think so. So it's about the time when we were having a lot more snowstorms. Okay, so listen to me. 'Twas the night before Christmas, when all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung by the chimney with care, in hopes that St. Nicholas soon would be there. The children were nestled and all snug in their beds, while visions of sugar plums danced in their heads. And Mama in her kerchief and my cap had just settled down for a long winter's nap. When out on the lawn there arose such a clatter, I sprang from my bed to see what was the matter. Away to the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutters, and threw up the sash. The moon on the breast of the new fallen snow gave a luster of midday to all the objects below. When what do my wondering eyes do appear was a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer, with a little old driver, so lively and quick, I knew in a moment it must be St. Nick. More rapid than eagles, his coursers they came, and he whistled and shouted and called them by name. Can you say the name of the reindeer with me? Cry. Now Dasher, now Dancer, now Prancer, and Vixen, on Comet, on Cupid, on Donner, and Blitzen. To the top of the porch, to the top of the wall. Now dash away, dash away, dash away all. As dry leaves that before the wild hurricane fly, when they meet with an obstacle, mount to the sky. So up to the housetop the coursers they flew, with the sleigh full of toys, and St. Nicholas too. And then in a twinkling, I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each little hoof. As I drew in my head and was turning around, down the chimney, St. Nicholas came with a bound. Can you do that? He was dressed in all fur from his head to his foot, and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. And a bundle of toys he had flung over his back, and he looked like a peddler just opening his pack. His eyes, how they twinkled, his cheeks were like roses, his dimples how merry, and his nose like a cherry. His droll little mouth was drawn up like a bow, and the beard on his chin was as white as the snow. The stump of a pipe, I don't smoke anymore, he held tight in his teeth, and the smoke, it encircled his head like a wreath. I had to give up smoking. Wasn't right. I'm healthier. He had a broad face and a round little belly that shook when he laughed like a what? Bowl full of jelly. He was chubby and plump, a right jolly old elf, and I laughed when I saw him in spite of myself. A wink of his eye and a twist of his head soon gave me to know I had nothing to dread. He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work and filled all the stockings, then turned with a jerk. And laying a finger side of his nose and giving up a nod, up the chimney he rose. Whoosh. He sprang to his sleigh, to his team gave a whistle, and away they all flew like the down of a thistle. And you all know the end, so say it with me. But I heard him exclaim as he drove out of sight, "Merry Christmas to all, and to all a good night." Give yourselves a hand. That was awesome.
Great job, Santa. That was an amazing storytelling.
Oh, we have fun. I've been there. I've done that.
I know. Living out the dream is the best thing you guys can do if you can live out a dream.
I've got to explain. The reason he doesn't have elf ears is every 1 in a million elves is born without elf ears.
Well,
Did you know that? And they're considered so rare and special that we give them great celebrations and honor them. They're treated like royalty up at the North Pole.
It is an honor. Always try to stay humble, kids, but thank you so much, Santa, for that.
Give him a hand.
Well, boys and girls, if you could just please go back in the to your parents
and be very careful on the steps. Just go real slow, single file.
Come next here. Come here, this way.
Here you go.
Well, next we have some more entertainment brought to you by the best Santa in the world, right here in Grand Rapids, Michigan, the real Santa. He's here to play some amazing songs for you, so we're definitely looking forward and hoping you stay tuned to listen to these tunes.
Are we having fun? Now what I got to do is a quick tune-up job. Even guitars from the North Pole go out of tune when they set on stages. But we're almost there. Are we having a good time? Come on, kids, are you having a good time? Who's the best kids in the world? We are. Okay. Here we go. Are you ready? Clap your hands. Presents for kids and tots, in one night making millions of stops. All the milk and cookies that I can eat and still fit down your chimney. On a Christmas Eve I take off and go with a bag of toys in the rain or snow. I'm a jolly old elf who loves to deliver. I'm king of the sleigh with red suit and candy canes. Destination Santa Claus Lane. Reindeer over your head. No gifts till you go to bed. I eat all cookies that touch my lips. So deck your hall with chocolate chips. I'm a jolly old elf who loves to deliver. I'm king of the sleigh. I know every child on every street, all of the stores and all of their treats, and every Christmas tree in every every town. If you're naughty or nice, I still sing the song, delivering presents from dusk till dawn. Senior decorations on your lawns. Snowstorms, they can't stop me. Old Jack Frost, he lets us be. And when done, the reins I pull, and we fly back up to the North Pole. I'm a jolly old elf who loves to deliver. I'm king of the sleigh. I'm king of the sleigh. I'm king of the sleigh. Presents for kids and tots. Oh yeah. Remember carrots for my reindeer. I'm king of the sleigh.
Best entertainment I've seen all year, so it was amazing.
I have all year to practice.
Well, this is for every child in attendance. We would love for you to line up single file right here, so you can personally ask the real Santa what you would like for Christmas and go over your list.
If they've already asked, they can ask me again. So what do you want for Christmas? Toys. You like all kinds of toys? I think it can happen. Let's give her a hand. She's great. How about you? What do you want for Christmas? Barbie, what? Barbie dreams. Oh, that's going to be a cool thing if you get. Are you willing to do what it takes to earn it? Let's see a smile. Oh. Okay. Let's have someone else come in. You guys can go now. Thank you for coming to see Santa. Okay, come around here. So what do you want for Christmas?
A baby doll.
A baby doll? How big? A big one? With pretty eyes like you? Can you give me your best ho ho ho?
Ho ho ho.
Let's be great. Give her a hand. Okay, what do you want for Christmas?
A puzzle.
A what?
Puzzle.
Is that a possibility? I hope so. Will you be really good and do everything you can to be helpful, okay? Oh, I get it. Thank you. Here she is again, and she's going to rip. I know what she's going to say, but we'll let her say it. What do you want? She has a whole bunch of stuff.
A horse barn.
Oh, and what else? You gave me a whole list. Give me 2 or 3 things.
A bunny house.
Good. Now, you know what you can do for Santa? Listen to your loved ones and make sure you take naps so you're healthy. Okay? Okay. Thank you. Next. Oh, look at you. You're one of my favorite colors. You know I love red and green. Did you know that? You're a clairvoyant. You know things. What do you want for Christmas, sweetie? Come here. Let's look at the camera a little bit. What do you, but let her talk. She can. What do you want?
Say it.
Say it. Don't be shy. Okay, what does she want? Are you her brother? Okay, what does she want?
She wants a unicorn.
Oh, I think she's very brave for standing here. And okay, you're such a good big brother, right? So what do you want? You deserve something.
I want a Beyblade.
A what?
A Beyblade.
Oh, really? Are you going to be safe on that? Well, we'll see. We still have to make decision making with your parents, but we'll see, okay? Okay, step aside. We got someone else. Oh, she's going to finally come. Can you come see me now? Or do you want to warm up a little bit? Warm up a little bit. Okay. Who's next? Oh, you're coming back for more. We can say it one more time.
You want to happy math.
Okay. Thank you. Come on. I'm telling you, we have some artists in the house. I've been given some beautiful things this evening. But I got a wish list here I think is coming up. You come. Time to go, sweetie. Go to mama. All right. What do you got, bud? Does Rudolph actually have a red nose? Yes, yes, a million times yes. He does. And I don't know why, but I think it's probably some of that Christmas swirling around of the northern lights. Where would light come from? So I finally accepted the fact that Rudolph got his red nose, and it glows. It does light up the sky. Sometimes I want you kids to look up in the sky. It isn't always an airplane up there. When you see that blinking red it's up in the sky, you look up at that blinking light, you might be able to see us doing a test drive. Because we don't always do it just on Christmas Eve. We like to take the reindeer out and kind of blow the dust off. And it's fun. So, did I answer your question? No. And Xbox, LG phone, whoa, we just put in a phone factory up in the North Pole next to the Lego factory. It's across from the Barbie factory. Remember, you started, I think, working in the candy cane shop. Laptop, computer, and a Nerf gun. Okay, we'll see if we can make it happen. Can I keep this? Because I got to show that to Mrs. Claus. Are you ready? You can do it. You want Santa to come to you, or do you want to come to... Okay. It'll be safe there. Come to me. Me. There you are. Oh, she's so brave. Give her a hand. She's so brave. You know, we teach our children not to talk to strangers. And so you got to respect a child that's careful. You can tell me from there, what do you want? Maybe you could help her out. Can you try? Elsa? Frozen? There she goes. Give her a hand. She was so brave. You know, she did finally warm up. Okay. So you're looking so fine tonight. You come to me with all that pretty hair. And doesn't she have about the prettiest smile you've ever seen? Twinkling eyes. Santa loves that. So what would you like for Christmas?
I would like to have a reindeer.
A reindeer, not a real one. I can't give them away. They miss their families. How about a reindeer something? Would that work?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Can you say Merry Christmas?
Merry Christmas.
How about a ho ho ho? Go ahead. How about a ho ho ho? There we go. I thought it'd be loud, so I held the mic back. Are you back to say hello again? Can you say hi? Can you say ho ho ho? Okay. Now look at this girl here. Isn't this something? This is almost identical to Mrs. Claus's evening dress. And so when I saw her, I thought maybe I was seeing I rubbed my eyes and said, wait a minute, did Mrs. Claus shrink? Did she get even younger and prettier? And I go, well, no, I don't know. And if you're watching Mrs. Claus, you know what I mean. That's not mean stuff. That's good stuff. And Mrs. Claus is beautiful. So tell us, what is your Christmas wish?
I gotta see you.
Go ahead, line them up.
I want an OMG doll. I want a Barbie dream house. I want a LOL house. And also I want a computer.
Okay, well, give her a hand. Doesn't she look great? Go the other way, sweetie. You might trip. Oh, she's fine. We're good. I've been waiting for you to get over here for the longest time. Do you want to sit in my lap or do you want to just lean against me? There we go. So, what do you want for Christmas?
Blaze.
What? Really? What else? Anything else?
Unicorn.
Unicorn. And what else? There's one more in there. I can see it in your smile.
A computer.
Man, Mrs. Claus is going to be jealous she didn't get her computer until she was 1,200 years old. Hi, how are you? So what do you want for Christmas?
Xbox One.
Xbox One? Are you good at that stuff?
Yeah.
What's your favorite game?
Fortnite.
Fortnite?
Yeah.
Okay. And anything else?
Nintendo Switch.
Nintendo Switch. So you're a tech guy. By the way, we do have those kind of factories up at the North Pole. We have a lot of tech that we, well, you know, you guys all want tech stuff now, so, you know, it makes sense. So you can always tell it's a Santa gift because there will be a little S hidden on it somewhere. You got to look real hard. Sometimes because of copyright laws, we have to put them on the inside.
Trademark law.
Yeah, you know, it's just the way it is, trademark and registration. Are you back for more? One more thing. Oh, thank you. Give her a hand. How about you?
Ho, ho, ho.
Ho, ho, ho. Give him a hand. Thanks, kids.
One last song for you.
We'd love to have Santa play his favorite song for last, and this is the song.
How many of you kids have a pet?
We do.
Are they cool pets?
Station dog.
Oh, yeah? Well, I'm going to tell you about, we have dogs up at the North Pole. And so this song was written like a dog was writing it. And Santa's dog's name is Elvis. I'm not like other dogs you've met. Oh, teach me something and I won't forget why I was brought up to know the one place where I shouldn't go. I'll never do it on a Christmas tree. Christmas tree is safe from me. Oh, what would Santa think of me if I did it on a Christmas tree? I'll never do it on a Christmas tree. A Christmas tree is safe from me. Oh, what would Santa think of me if I did it on a Christmas tree? I'll soak an oak, I'll splash an ash, I'll do it on a peach or cherry. But if I'd sprinkle on a spruce, Christmas won't be merry. I'll never do it on a Christmas tree. Oh, what would Santa think of me? I'll hold it to eternity. I'll never do it on a Christmas tree. I'll never, 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 never do it on a Christmas tree. Yeah. Here's my favorite dog noise. Now some dogs just don't seem to care. They'll sniff and do their business anywhere. But I think it should be a crime to do it on a pretty pine. I'll never do it on a Christmas tree. A Christmas tree is safe from me. Oh, what would Santa think of me if I did it on a Christmas tree? I'll never, 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 never do it on a Christmas tree. Santa, I will never dampen your holidays. Merry Christmas! Ho, ho, ho!
Well, I just want to thank everyone for coming out here. We really appreciate it. We hope you enjoyed your night. Thank you to everyone that's watching on GRTV as well. And we hope you guys have a Merry Christmas holiday season this year. And thanks again for coming. We really appreciate your time. Merry Christmas, everyone. Good night.
To the top of the porch, to the top of the wall. Now dash away, dash away. Dash away all.